back, I hope. That was a rather swift streaming device change. Well, they didn't hang about, did they? We're into the Sprint B final, and we're 3 laps into it already. There's just 12 left running here, including Chris Meads, for those that are interested. And right now, it's Robert Stapleton leading from Chris James, 2 to qualify, and those look like the 2 to me. Aaron Stevens is coming, or was 3rd, and I think he still is. I think that's 3rd place right there. Howard Mitchell now in 3rd, ahead of Aaron. Seem to be having 1 or 2 technical difficulties. There's only so much you can do, you know. And it's still not quite right yet. So Robert Stapleton leads on lap number 5, clear of Chris James. 3rd place is not Andrew Clark in kart number 9, he's a lap down. It's Howard Mitchell in on-it pose, ahead of Aaron Stevens and George Bagley. They're all super heavies. I don't think Llandow particularly disadvantages the heavier end of the grid, but I suppose there's some slow corners. James Johnson has just picked up a cone, runs in 6th. So difficult when you can't see the whole circuit, you know. Can't get into my rhythm. So Stapleton on it, James cruising, Howard Mitchell in on it pose. Behind him, Aaron Stevens and George Bagley. Bagley was fighting hard in the pre-B final with the guy that is behind him, which is James Johnston. Feels fairly settled, so we'll let them go. Pick them up out of the last part of the Dell. Still looking fairly comfortable here for Robert Stapleton to get on the back of the grid for the main A final. Not a good day for Andy Clark, I'm afraid. Mitchell, well, he's probably making an impression, but he's got too much to do. Stevens and Bagley still going at it, and that is really the only fight on the circuit at the minute in a rather baggy B final. And James Johnson is joining in to make it a 3-way dice over what would be 4th place. And Johnson goes for the position down at Chandler's. That's a brave move in any company. And he's pulled it off. So props to him. Bagley, Johnston, Stevens. So Bagley moves up to 4th place. I can't see him running down Howard Mitchell now. Although Johnston seems fairly racy. Bagley goes defensive. And Johnston has to follow as it's really just one line through the hook. Behind the motorhome. It's not as good as the garden feature at Rye House. And Stevens is getting dropped here as Johnston seeks to find a way by Bagley. And I think, although he's lost a kart length going in, I think he's gained it on the exit. And Bagley on the defensive, all over the road as well. I suspect Johnson will go through presently. 3 minutes 45 left of this B final, 2 to qualify, and it looks like Robert Stapleton and Chris James, who are 8 seconds clear of Howard Mitchell, although he is the leading super heavy, and you never know, there might have been a penalty that we've missed early on while I was messing on trying to get another camera to work. We haven't looked at our race leader for a while. Oh, and there he is. That's quite a lead that pair have on Mitchell, who looks as though he's good value for his 3rd place, and the fun still continues to be this fight for 4th place between Bagley, Johnston and Stevens. Oh, a bit crossed up going in from George. Gets away with it again. Spectacular, but not quick. And we just hope that the stream holds together. I suppose we are asking quite a lot. I may have to get a bonding solution and have multiple sims. So Bagley pushed deep into the Dell once again, which would probably give Johnson a good run off the corner and onto his bumper, trying to sneak through into the S's, not really on. It's really all about setting him up for the hairpin, and Bagley's gone a kart width narrower just to put off James Johnston. We're under 2 minutes from the finish, probably 3 laps maybe. Your race leader is Robert Stapleton. He's 1.5 seconds clear of Chris James. Howard Mitchell is a further 12 seconds behind. 4 seconds behind is the battle between George Bagley, James Johnston, Aaron Stevens. And then 7th place is David Sterling. Neil Edmondson is 8th. Andrew Clark a lap down in 9th. Simon Madeley obviously a lap down as well. Pete Gillett and Chris Meads are 10 laps down, and it makes me wonder whether or not they're actually still running. No sign of the final lap board, so it's 2 laps from now from the finish, and we continue to enjoy this battle for 4th place between Bagley, Johnston and Stevens. Oh, very nice. Car porn. Don't think it's a Caterham, so it doesn't count. It's just a kit car. Oh, that'll get me into trouble. Although it's a fairly big one for a Caterham. Copy. Anyway, Stapleton goes through to start his final lap ahead of Chris James, and they've got this in the bag. The gap is 1.8 seconds between the pair, and here's your 3rd place man, Howard Mitchell, who's dropped the group behind, and here they come, still going at it hard, although I think Stevens has now been run out of it by Johnson and Bagley. This could yet kick off again before the finish, it has to be said. That's a long way behind your race winner. I'm going to say, I'm just putting it out there, with 2 corners to go, Robert Stapleton is going to win this one ahead of Chris James. I'm sorry we missed the start, because I think that's where it was really decided. Look past Andy Clark, he's a lap down, sorry Andy, to Howard Mitchell, who's going to finish in 3rd place. The battle for 4th is going George Bagley's way for now. He's got into the last corner first, although I think the crisscross is on for Johnston, and he just might nick it on the line. No, he doesn't. He gets it by 0.02 of a second ahead of James Johnston. Aaron Stevens, David Sterling, Neil Edmondson, Andrew Clark has come through a lap down ahead of Simon Madeley, who's just crossing the line now. Pete Gillett and Chris Meads must have stopped on lap 2 because they haven't come through. Your race winner, who moves forward to the back of the A final with Chris James. I sadly think the valiant efforts of Howard Mitchell will be all for naught.